Good evening and welcome to the September 15, 2025 regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council. First item on our agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance. I'd like to invite Emily Fishman from our planning department to lead us in the pledge. If everyone can please rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Emily. Next item on our agenda is reflection, and I'd like to call for a moment of silence, please. Thank you all very much. Next, we have approval of minutes, and tonight the council has before them one set of minutes to approve from the regular meeting on Tuesday, September 2nd. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move approval of the minutes of the meeting held on Tuesday, November the 2nd, 2025.
September 2nd.
September, did I not say that? September 2nd, 2025.
Second.
All good? Yeah. Okay. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, that carries 5-0. Next, we have one item on our consent agenda from the Financial Empowerment Center. What is the pleasure of the council?
I move the consent agenda.
Second. Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, carries 5-0. Next, we have appointments. And tonight, let's see, we have two appointments and one reappointment before us. What is the pleasure of the council?
Mayor, I move for the appointment of Paul Hoffer of Diamond Farms to a 2-year term to the Community Advisory Committee, Daniel Humphrey from Spectrum at Watkins Mill to a 2-year term of the Police Advisory Committee, and Angela Davis of Long Draft Estates to a 2-year term of the Senior Advisory Committee.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Carries 5-0. Is anybody in the room whose name we just called? Not okay. We'll thank them when we see them. And I will remind everyone that serving on one of our city committees is a great way to get involved and contribute meaningfully to the business of the city and get to know like-minded people and neighbors and how things work in the city. It's actually a great thing to do if you have time and inclination. And on the city website, gaithersburgmd.gov, there's a section for committees, boards, and commissions where you can run through the list of about 24 different committees and pick something that's of interest to you. Okay, so next we have presentations, and we have two proclamations before us. For the first one, it's Constitution Week, and I'm gonna have Council Member Rob Wu join me on this. Let me just see. Yeah, it's just us. You're gonna get the proclamation too, Rob. Thank you. Okay, you get to read that part.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's quite the honor to take this over from Councilmember Emeritus Spiegel.
True.
On September 17, 1787, 39 delegates approved and signed the Constitution and sent it to the then Congress of the Confederation of the United States. On September 28th, Congress sent the Constitution to the states. Maryland was the 7th state to ratify on April 28, 1788. On June 21st, 1788, New Hampshire became the 9th state to ratify the document, which made for a 2/3 majority. The last 4 states approved the Constitution by May 29th, 1790. The 10 amendments that are the Bill of Rights became effective on December 15th, 1791. This September 17th will mark the 238th anniversary of the signing of the Constitution.
All right. And I will read the official proclamation of the Mayor and City Council of Gaithersburg. Whereas it is the privilege and duty of all Americans to commemorate the 238th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America with appropriate ceremonies and activities. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. Now, therefore, I, Judd Ashman, by the power vested in me as mayor of Gaithersburg, do hereby proclaim the week of September 17th through the 23rd as Constitution Week in the city of Gaithersburg, and urge all citizens to reaffirm the ideals of the Constitution by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties. Remember that lost rights may never be regained. Proclaim this 15th day of September 2025, signed by me. Let's give Rob a big round of applause for doing this with us. Yeah, let's get a picture. Let's get a picture. All right.
I don't get to say anything?
You want to say some stuff?
You want me to say anything?
No. I'm just playing. Okay, I'm going to invite Councilmember McNulty to join me here for Recovery Month. I also want to invite Sean J. from the Wells Robertson House and Abera Sumamo, a counselor from Wells, to join us up here as well. And Jim.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Take it away.
Yes, please. Recovery Month has adopted the theme of every person, every family, every community as its permanent tagline. The 2025 Recovery Month observance will work to promote and support new evidence-based treatment and recovery practices, the emergence of a strong and proud recovery community, and the dedication of service providers and community members across the nation who make recovery in all its forms possible. The City of Gaithersburg is proud to own and operate the Wells Robertson House, a transitional housing program providing services to men and women who are homeless and in recovery from substance abuse disorder, many of whom also experience mental health disorders. In addition to the proclamation, the City of Gaithersburg is celebrating Recovery Month with the following activities. The annual Recovery Picnic on September 28th, hosted by Wells Robertson House residents, and features guest speakers, a graduation ceremony, music, and festivities. A family dinner on September 30th will be hosted by Wells Robertson House residents, which emphasizes the benefits of families dining together, which has proven to improve family bonds and helps to minimize destructive behavior. Additional information and recovery resources are available on the city's website. Accepting this year's proclamation is Sean J., a Wells Robertson House program participant.
All right. So, let me read the proclamation, and then we'll invite Sean to say a few words. So, proclamation of the Mayor and City Council of Gaithersburg. Whereas recovery from mental, substance abuse, and co-occurring disorders is an essential part of one's overall health and wellness, and whereas treatment and recovery services for these disorders are effective and people can and do recover, and whereas we must encourage relatives, friends, and coworkers to implement preventive measures, recognize the signs of a problem, and guide those in need to appropriate treatment and recovery support services. And whereas 2025 marks the 36th anniversary of both National Recovery Month and the City of Gaithersburg's Wells Robertson House, a transitional housing program dedicated to helping homeless men and women in recovery. And whereas the City of Gaithersburg joins with the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration to host a series of outreach events and celebration activities during Recovery Month. Now, therefore, I, Judd Ashman, by the power vested in me as Mayor of Gaithersburg, do hereby proclaim September 2025 as Recovery Month in the City of Gaithersburg and invite residents to participate in programs, activities, and ceremonies that support their theme, every person, every family, every community. Proclaim this 15th day of September 2025, signed by me. Let's give Sean a big round of applause. All right, this is for you.
Thank you. I guess on behalf of myself and the rest of the residents at the Wells Robertson House, we'd like to thank the City of Gaithersburg Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next on our agenda is public comments. And this is the time the mayor and council like to hear from anybody from the public who'd like to testify on any city matter. We don't have a public hearing tonight, so we ask that you state your name and address or neighborhood if you feel more comfortable. We ask that you keep your comments no more than 3 minutes. If you have more than 3 minutes worth of material, by all means, use your 3 minutes and then send us the rest in writing. It'll be considered just the same as oral testimony. Do we have anybody in the room who would like to testify under public comments tonight? Not seeing anybody in the room. Let me check on Teams. If anybody is on Teams who would like to testify tonight under public comments, just use the raise hand function and I will call on you. And I'm not seeing any hands go up at this time. Going once, going twice. Okay. All right. Well, then we're going to go to from the mayor and city council, and we're going to start with council member Jim McNulty.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you all. It's been a busy couple weeks. The past 2 weeks, a lot of events in the community, ribbon cuttings. We had a very special celebration this past weekend. On Saturday, I was pleased to attend the 100th anniversary gala for St. Martin's School. It's the oldest Catholic school in Montgomery County. I had the pleasure of sending my children there. I served on the school advisory board for a few years while I was there. Just a wonderful resource to have here in the city of Gaithersburg, and I was thrilled to present a proclamation on behalf of the mayor and council declaring September 13th St. Martin Day in the city of Gaithersburg, and that was very well received at the gala. Also was able to get proclamations from Congressmember McLean Delaney and the city or the county council, courtesy of Councilmember Katz, and Senator Cheryl Kagan. So really appreciate our colleagues recognizing the importance of that milestone for our friends down the street at St. Martin's. Was also invited to attend the Community Day with Victory Christian Church International with our good friend and former council member Yvette Monroe. It was first time I've had the opportunity to tour their facilities and see their space and meet a number of their congregants and see some of the programs they had. They had a number of clothing available, a closet for people to be able to shop basically and pick out some outfits. And there was food and there was music, and it was a great time. So I really appreciated the opportunity to join them. Since it is Recovery Month, it was extra special to attend a ribbon cutting just outside the city limits, but right up the street from me in Flower Hill with the Sweet Bay Mental Health and Consulting, their ribbon cutting. It's wonderful to have additional resources for people who need it. And it's not just, outpatient mental health counseling. They have a number of classes. It's a really soothing environment. So congratulations to Tia and her team, and look forward to that being a great resource for our community. And then I was able to attend the Meals on Wheels ribbon cutting at the Benjamin Gaither Center. Meals on Wheels of Gaithersburg, I believe, has been operating for more than 44 years. They were working out of Asbury, but due to some logistical changes, they need a new location, and the city of Gaithersburg was able to partner with them and create an opportunity to run the program out of the BGC. It was wonderful to be there and to celebrate that, and I'm looking for ways that I can volunteer with that organization. When I was working in the marketing world, Meals on Wheels America was one of my clients, and I've gotten to see firsthand the really good work that they do all across the country. And obviously, food insecurity continues to be a challenge, in all of our communities, and Gaithersburg is no different. So, really pleased to have that now with Benjamin Gaither Center. And if you know somebody who can benefit from Meals on Wheels, or you're looking for an opportunity to volunteer, their organization is about more than just nutritious meals. It's about connecting with people. Sometimes their delivery driver for some of their clients is the only person they talk to in a day. And this program allows people to age in place. So highly recommend if you have a need or you have the time to connect with Meals on Wheels America. And finally, I look forward to Council in the Communities this week at Tubman Elementary. I may ride my bike. I may walk. I haven't decided. Depends on the weather. But looking forward to seeing many of you there, and I hope you can join us. That's all. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Jim. We'll go to Jamil.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I just have a statement here to read. 2025 election information. Gaithersburg residents will cast their ballots for one mayor and 2 council members on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025. The city is conducting a hybrid election for 2025. All registered voters will receive a mail-in ballot application. Applications can be returned via USPS, dropped off at City Hall, or completed electronically on the city's website. One vote center will be located at the Activity Center at Boer Park, 506 South Frederick Avenue, for in-person voting. In addition, there will be 7 ballot drop boxes located throughout the city. The distribution of mail-in ballot applications will begin on Friday, September 5th, 2025. Approved mail-in ballots will not be mailed to voters until Friday, October 3rd, 2025. There is no registration deadline, as the city is offering same-day voter registration for the 2025 election. To confirm registration, please contact the Montgomery County Board of Elections at 240-777-VOTE, V-O-T-E. For complete election information, please visit gaithersburgmd.gov/elections.
Thank you, Jamil. We'll go to Lisa.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a statement to read. Notice to the general public is hereby given that the mayor and city council plan to conduct a council in the community meeting on Thursday, September 18th, 2025, 7 p.m. at Harriet Tubman Elementary School. Multipurpose room, 400 Victory Farm Drive, Gaithersburg, Maryland, 20877. The meeting is being held for residents in the below vicinities: neighborhoods, Audubon Square, Emory Hills, Emory Woods, Hidden Creek, Maple Hill, Saybrook, and Whetstone Run. Apartments, Gaithersburg Station, Hidden Creek, Maplewood, Saybrook, Spring Ridge, Streamside, Summit Crest, and Summit Park. Condominiums, Carol Ann Courts, Newport Estates 1, 2, and 3, and Villa Ridge. For more information or if accessibility accommodations are needed, please contact Neighborhood Services Division Manager Sebastian Andion at sebastian.andion@gaithersburgmd.gov or 240-805-1037. And that is it.
Okay, we'll go to Neil.
Thank you, Mayor. So a couple of things. As representative of the council on the Kentlands Community Foundation Board, the latest meeting was a discussion of I guess a postmortem technically of the Kentlands Lakelands 5K. And I'm happy to report that, first of all, there were more runners in the 5K than ever before, and it remains the largest 5K in the county, which is great for being in Gaithersburg. They also raised more money than they have ever before, so I'm sure we'll see an even bigger giant check at an upcoming council meeting. So congratulations to the many volunteers who work on that great event. Secondly, as our representative on the Transportation Planning Board, I attended a session this last week, but one of the items that came up for discussion is the fact that we need a new chairman representing Virginia, because James Walkinshaw, who has served as chairman as representative from the Fairfax Board of Supervisors, had the honor of being elected to Congress last week to replace the late Congressman Connolly. So I'd just like to, on behalf of myself and hopefully my colleagues, congratulate the newest member of Congress, James Walkinshaw, representing Northern Virginia. That's it for today. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Neil. Rob?
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. I just wanted to take a minute to acknowledge the fact that Councilmember Hernandez and local resident and baker Matt Amon are going to be running a sprint triathlon this Sunday. So I wanted to wish them the best of luck and hope they're
So are you.
for their success.
Are you not running it too?
It's an unfair question, Mr. Mayor.
Well played. Well played.
And Mr. Mayor, to Councilmember Harris's point about the 5K, it's important to note for the record, I beat Rabu by 1 second.
All right. All right. That is actually true. I want to associate myself with everyone's comments and note I did have the opportunity to go. Did you mention Play Street Museum?
I did not.
Okay, Play Street Museum. We cut the ribbon on Play Street Museum, which is a educational / play space for young kids over in Kentlands, and it looks like a great place. It's by reservation only, so if you have some little ones, it's worth checking out. And then, you didn't mention the 9/11? Okay.
See, I told you, I get down my list and you get on a roll and you miss something.
Yeah, so on 9/11, Councilmember McNulty and I went over to Rio, where for the second year they have the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation has a service, a commemoration of 9/11 and the loss of the 343 firefighters from New York and elsewhere. And that's also in Paul Davis Restoration is one of the big sponsors there. And it's a very moving event. They actually there's a stair climb that's part of it that's meant to mirror or be as many climb as many flights of stairs as the 9/11 firefighters did in the World Trade Center. Very moving event. I recommend.
Full gear, right?
Some of them in full gear. And I was in a suit, so I did not do it. But I admired everybody who did, and it was lovely. And I highly recommend anybody who's interested in this to join us next year. It's a very nice event. So we will not have a work session next Monday, the 22nd, because of holiday.
Rosh Hashanah.
Rosh Hashanah. Okay. And then we will have a work session on the 29th, Monday the 29th. But it will not be televised. It will be, because we're doing it in the community room, it's kind of a different sort of session. And it's starting at 6 p.m. instead of 7:30 p.m. We're going to be conducting a budget priorities workshop. So that will be Monday, September 29th. For those of you who are interested in the budget, it's going to be a great night. And for everyone else, I don't know. You may want to come for a little bit, but I don't know. The next regular meeting of the Mayor Council will be on Monday, October 6th, 7:30 p.m. You can participate here or on Teams. And with that, we will go to from the city manager.
Nothing for me this evening, Your Honor. I will just say you didn't have to undersell it. We are prepared to set up the overflow room for all of the community that will come out to participate.
Okay. By all means, join us. Even if you have the slightest inclination, by all means, join us.
It will be a great time.
Yeah. Okay, we're going to go to Economic Development Update. Tom Lonergan-Seeger.
Good evening, Mayor. One item for you tonight. July and August marked 2 milestones in the city's ongoing revitalization activities in and around Old Town. Closeout of 2 grants awarded by the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development. Let's call them DHCD. The first project, state funds for design and engineering of streetscaping along a segment of Russell Avenue between Old Town and Montgomery Village Avenue, is a multi-phased endeavor. Maryland's National Capital Strategic Economic Development Fund provided $200,000 towards engineering costs, and the grant also enabled the city to secure $1 million towards the future construction of the new streetscape. When built, the project will convert into an auto-centric road to a safer pedestrian and bicycle connection between Old Town and the city's largest redevelopment opportunity, Lake Forest Mall. The second project created a matching grant for new facades on buildings in Old Town, and the results were immediate. The state grant provided up to $50,000, and the city matched that with an equal contribution from its own toolbox fund. 6 storefronts benefited. Property owners worked cooperatively with the city. Each bore the upfront costs and managed construction. Most notably, gone is the old wooden arcade along the 200 block of East Diamond. The successful closeout of these 2 grants isn't the end of the story. The state awarded a second round of funding for Russell Avenue, and fingers crossed, we do have a pending application to replenish the facade program fund. So wish us luck with that.
That's great. That's great.
And in conclusion, I did want to wish the Chiswells happy retirement with the closure of the Tool Center here in Gaithersburg, 219 East Diamond, after 88 years.
Wow.
Yes, good friends, great people. They've been pillars of the community, and that rental center is, I think, everybody in the city has had some sort of exposure, interaction in some, and it's positive with Gaithersburg Rental Center. We're going to miss them, but we're also wishing them congratulations on their retirement.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Emily, you're up. We are going to policy discussions, and we're going to talk about the property, the rezoning of the property next to CarMax.
All right, good evening, Mayor and Council members. This is policy discussion on zoning map amendment Z101202025. A joint public hearing for this was held on July 7th, 2025. The Planning Commission, upon their review of the record and staff's analysis, gave a recommendation for approval during their meeting on August 6th, 2025. The Mayor and City Council held its record open until 5 p.m. on August 15th, 2025, and at the time of the record closing, there were 0 comments in the record. As discussed during the public hearing, this application proposes to rezone 2 parcels, 16383 and 16411 Shady Grove Road, which are highlighted on the screen, from MXD, mixed-use development, to C2 general commercial. As noted in the staff report, this is a standard method zoning map amendment for which the requirements are outlined in section 24-12.3 and do not include any type of site development plan. This application is also reflective of the amended annexation agreement approved on May 20th, 2025. The amended annexation agreement recognizes that circumstances have changed since the original annexation in 2012. As a result, it determines that rezoning the property to C2 is most suitable. Additionally, the sketch plan will now serve as a C2 concept plan, and all existing approvals, including the STP and final site plan, will remain vested under the C2 zone with an approved rezoning. The purpose of this rezoning application includes reflecting the newly adopted zoning ordinance, which no longer allows an automobile sales establishment in the MXD zone. As a result, the primary structure at 16411 Shady Grove Road is currently non-conforming. The proposed rezoning would also align with the use restriction on the county's transfer station, which prohibits residential development on the property. At the time of the original annexation, the long-term vision included replacing the transfer station with mixed-use development. However, with the updated 2021 Shady Grove sector plan, Montgomery County has indicated that mixed-use development and the relocation of the transfer station is no longer envisioned. As this is a rezoning to a non-floating zone, Section 4-204 of the Maryland Land Use Article outlines the findings required for approval and are further detailed in the staff report. These include population change, the availability of public facilities, present and future transportation patterns, compatibility with existing and proposed development for the area, the recommendation of the Planning Commission, and the relationship of the proposed amendment to the local jurisdiction's plan. In addition, approval requires a determination that there has been either a substantial change in the character of the neighborhood where the property is located, or a mistake in the existing zoning classification. In this case, a finding of substantial change in the character of the neighborhood is supported by the fact that the surrounding area has not redeveloped as anticipated in 2012 and continues to exhibit a predominantly commercial and industrial character. As seen on the screen, developments such as the Montgomery County's Division of Fleet Services, the Maryland Transportation Authority facility, and the existing post office all contribute to the area's continued dominance of commercial and moderate industrial uses. In conclusion, staff and the Planning Commission both recommend that the Mayor and City Council recommend approval for zoning map amendment Z101202025 based upon the findings of Section 24-12.3 of the City's Code and Section 4-204 of the Maryland Land Use Article. A draft ordinance for Z101202025 has also been included and is ready for final action should the Mayor and Council so choose. I would be happy to answer any questions, and the applicant, Aaron Gerard, is here as well.
Great. Questions, comments? Don't all rush to the microphone here.
Well, we've all been through this. It's pretty much of a slam dunk. It's not changing the nature of the property and just recognizing what its current and ongoing use is. So if there's no other comments, or at least before there's other comments, I'd like to move the ordinance.
Second.
Okay. Okay. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, carries 5-0. That was easy.
Thank you.
Aaron, congratulations. Okay. Emily, thank you very much. So anything next is from the city attorney or from any other staff?
Nothing tonight.
Okay, anything from any other staff? Okay, well then, I will reiterate, we will not have a work session next Monday, but we will have one on Monday, September 29th. That's the one that begins at 6 p.m. It will not be in this room, it will be next door in the community room. So again, 6 p.m. Monday, September 29th. And then the next regular meeting of the Mayor and Council will be on October 6th at 7:30 p.m. Until next time, let's do great things, Gaithersburg. We are adjourned.